So it's almost like a serpent, a snake, maybe.
Yeah.
It looks like it, but it's not. It's almost like it's hard to explain it. It wraps around you. Yeah, which is a snake that wraps around you and restricts you, squeezes you?
Oh.
Is that a python or a cobra?
Anaconda?
Anaconda. There you are.
Maybe the others one. Cobra, no. Python, I'm not sure. Maybe python too. But anaconda, definitely.
It doesn't restrict you though. That's the thing. It wraps around you.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting. It's yes. It's a bit like the symbol for medical.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I know
That
what you mean.
force.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we could never do it. Like where people were saying, "Oh, you should wrap a veil of light around you."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, no, that was funny. And visualize light or whatever else around you. But there's already something there. It's not transparent, but it is, but it isn't. It's like a quantum. You've got to understand it from a quantum field as opposed to reality. It's not physical. It's quantum.
Mm-hmm.
It also mirrors your essence as well. It's malleable. It takes shape, but its main shape is understanding that it wraps around you,
Yeah.
from head to toe.
Mm-hmm.
And it's neither on you, but it's not in you either.
Mm-hmm.
Is this why the Egyptians like the snake on the... It's neither light nor dark. It's hard to explain it. Anyway, moving on. And this it's quite a wonderful thing. Very interesting.
Yeah.
What is that? More will come. It's almost like the connection to the quantum field is this.
Uh-huh.
It's alive in itself. It's very hard to explain it. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. That's for another day. Not right now. So let's have a little look at this. So some of your life forms have done some very beautiful things. Others have done some even more incredible things. Now, there's a lot of incredibility stuff going on. Let's have a little look, shall we? Let's see where we're going with this one. So, and robotics and technology, with different types of technology from everywhere. And quantum shall be exchanged for quantum gifts. That's the way it is. So, either here nor there. So we're making an abundance of machinery that is capable of processing large amounts of physical data as opposed to quantum data. So at the moment, most computers here process an awful amount of quantum data. Other beings have made this so that it processes physical data using quantum data to process physical data. Now, I'm not going to draw them all, because I think that you can utilize these machines in a very beautiful way. You've come a long way. So here, let's understand it. Let's draw it like this. Now, with this impressive amounts of data array that you have, and the way that you've utilized these resources in such a great way, it's very beautiful. So let's just draw a very crude star system, shall we? And we're going to assume that you're non-elliptical orbit.
Yeah.
Can we do this one a bit further out here, maybe? Okay. Now you've taken most of your data to be able to hoover in copious amounts of your content, no matter what it is. So to be able to pick up a large amounts of matter, physical data from your planet and scoop it up, and you can run it into your machines, and the machines very quickly sort it out as to what it is. That's fascinating. So whether it's grains of sand, pieces of metal, what type of metal it is, different stuff like this. Now, with this machinery, if you upscale this and do it in a planetary system orbit, what you would need to do is to upscale this. And we'll assume that the planet's rotation is this way. If you detonate the planet until it falls into pieces, it will create a ring around your star. And it will travel this way. You're going to need to help smooth it out a bit more. Then if you bring your array, but remember you're going to gain mass very quickly, and in gaining mass is never really a good thing because you can attract an unwanted attention, especially with particles. You've got to be able to get this just right. When you get in front of this stream, you're able to take all of this stuff that you've just broken from the planet, the resources, the data. Some of it will maneuver around here. I'm almost very sure of it. But the large amount of it from all different mineral content to metal content, you can scoop. Your machines can sort it into sand, into metal, into this type of metal, that type of metal. Now, providing you move these away from the object, once you've built it up and you've collected it and you've got, sand is going to be the most abundant, so you need to make enough room for sand. You can build more containers to grab this stuff, and then you have a sand pile. And I'm not going to draw them all, you get the process. And then you have different types of iron, anything else that's made up on this particular planet. Gases too, can be ice. Some of this is going to fall in different areas, but you'll know to shade it, to shield it as it orbits. Once you start bringing all of this content up, so then you're going to have iron. Let's just make a few up, okay? So you're going to have iron, sand. What else are you going to have? You can have some nickel, maybe. Who knows? Whatever else. What else are you going to have? Moistures. So what do we want to label that as? Water, maybe. You can have certain gases, hydrogen, indeed. When you begin to collect this stuff, that's when it gets more interesting. So your machines are incredible that they're able to, no matter what you throw into it. If I see it correctly, it is a huge machine. It's big. You'll build it very big, huge, and all of the stuff that. So we take it on a small scale. They have built something that's very interesting. That you can just start shoveling in a load of shite into it, and it sorts it out. It sorts out sand. It sorts out what types of metal are in there. Anything that's been... So imagine the moon, sticking this on the moon and just keep filling it up with the dust from the moon. It will sort this all out into relative piles, into each neat... It's a self-sorter. It's beautiful. Oh, it's incredible. It's on small scale. You upscale it, and then you get it planet size. You can start hoovering up large amounts of planet resources very quickly. That's interesting. And then you can utilize the sun to melt it, forge it, and do different things like that. Oh, that's gorgeous. That's incredible. Now, could you imagine that? Where you take all of the shite, you just dig the ground and just throw it into this machine or into its opening. And it's using computer technology that they have taught it, programmed it to understand what each element is. Some of it is unknown, and this will go into an unknown area, which then needs a bit more scrutiny. So they need to go and have a look at what this stuff is and then add it to it. Oh my days, this is incredible. How clever is that? And you can also sort out stuff from magnetic material to non-magnetic material. Holy shit, that's pretty awesome. So if you imagine that you could just start taking your planet and just start putting it into the machine, and the machine sorts out each part of it and puts it into a nice, neat, and abundant sack of sand. With an accuracy of 98%, that is incredible. Can you imagine that? That you can just start digging into the planet and throwing it into a machine, and it begins to sort out all of the elements. Begins to sort it out. Fucking hell, that is pretty damn incredible. If you upscale this to the size of an orbit, particular girth of a planet, and you break the planet in the orbit. So you take Saturn's rings, for example, put this into Saturn's rings, and it will begin collecting all of the stuff from Saturn's rings, and it will be sorting it out to what type of gas that is, what type of ice that is, what type of, if there's sand debris in there, it will sort out the sand. This is incredible. And then before you know it, you get out of the stream. You don't want to get too dense. You don't ever want to get too dense in space, because you become too heavy, and then meteorites tend to be very attractive to this.
Yeah.
And then it's a self-sorter. Fucking hell, that's incredible. That is incredible. And some of the unknown stuff is then here, which then they would have to then pay attention to. It also breaks it down as well. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Next stage on that would be to utilize the star to heat it up, to make it into a bit more usable objects, especially if it's all small and grainy. But breaking a planet, I'd start with a moon. I'd start with a moon system. Oh man, this would be great for nebula as well. That is incredible. I'd start with a moon first. Definitely always start with moons. Start with something small. Not your own, never your own. And it all depends on how small you can make the shrapnel. Even if you pot it, knock off part areas of it. You'll start with drier as opposed to wet, because then you can really get to see it. Wow. Wow, that's incredible. Getting too close to the star might be an issue, but you can use different intensities of magnetism to heat this up, which then can get you to melt this, so you can be a bit more safe and not to get too close to the star. And that's the way I would do it. And then at different intensity levels, more for a particular area, this is going to do different metals, because in order to find what metal is what, it all has a different boiling point. Technically, it's not a boiling point, but still a melting point. And then you can separate it this way. Wow. Wow, that's incredible. That's blown my mind a little bit. I see a bit more. I'm just not there yet. I'm still... So yeah, essentially you would break a moon, let's say one of Jupiter's moons, you'd smash it so that it creates a ring system.
Yeah.
It's the best way that I think that would work. That's to upscale it. It's in small scale, but to upscale it, you'd break it. You'd break a moon, just keep bombarding it. There's something else there that... Not sure what that is. And so you would create essentially a disk system, and then get into the disk system, and the machine starts to sort out the elements and put them into their defining categories, if you like. It does it very quickly as well. That's quite efficient. Could you imagine that? And whether it's hot or cold, it can still sort it out, and it can require heat to melt certain things. Depressurization, pressurization, high heat, but at a limit. It's limited to how hot it can get. But you can make it hotter using a magnifying glass, and space would help you do that, and you can over excel it in that aspect. That is very interesting. Abundant gases can be hard frozen. That's interesting. That keeps them nice and compact. Pressurizing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the metal lumps would then have to be heated in order to get those to squeeze down a bit more and to separate further. But that's not impossible. Wow. Now, you think about what your species could do with that. Yeah, imagine that. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
At the moment, it's all on a go slow, right? It takes X amount of time. This is
Very
fast.
long. Yeah.
This is incredibly fast, and it's relies on So if you make a ring system, then it means that you can pick up even more when you need to, and then it gives you time to sort. Wow, 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 wow! Could you imagine what you could do with that many resources? And then you can move on to stars. Wow, if you're almost there.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Then you can control
smaller
detonate
debris.
a star.
But there's so much around Kuiper belt, isn't there?
The what?
In, let's say, in this easy.
It's debris. What you No, when it's more planetary, you're taking core everything, all of it, and the more elements that you know, and the ones that you don't know, it then goes into it's a mix. The ones that they don't know goes into a mix bag, a lucky dip, if you want to call it that, and then they have to pay more attention to it to work out what these are, notice pattern, familiarity, and then sort these. And then teach the machine to look for this. It's not 100% a perfect science, but it needs updating because there's some stuff that it just hasn't been programmed with. Do you understand that? That programming in many different ways is similarly the same. Humans are programmed, animals are programmed, and then you're programmed in top of programming. Certain things have been moved out. Animals have got certain things that's been removed and redacted. Humans have been opened up over here, but you don't see it all. You only see some of it. You can't see the empty space. You can't see the empty space in your own planet because if not, it blocks you from leaving. Again, it's a bit more, what's the point in unlocking certain gifts if those gifts that are unlocked are then blocked by a sensor? So it's like, but there's so much. It makes no sense to then have it so that you have a gift unlocked so that you're going to travel to another planet, or you're going to travel out there. You can't stay on your planet. Well, you can do whatever the hell you like, and but again, where's that democracy in that when there's only a few percentage of humans that actually give a shit about themselves? Maybe. Or it's just become this way, and yet you need waking up a bit more, that it should be a selfless planet. Anyway, things that are selfless, it doesn't matter whether you do or you don't. That's the thing. There are multiple life forms everywhere, not in close proximity, but again, you're limited to what you can see. The more you traverse, the more you know. The more it then, more to influence your psychology, I suppose. But if you don't know that it's going on, then it's not going to interact with you. It's not going to reprogram you. It's not going to update your information system. Most of us think that this is about, you called me something, I'm going to call you something. Oh my God, that affected me later. I mean, that's weak. That's like the very micro end of the spectrum. It's like the smallest thing that you can do. Although it seems like a great thing. It is. But at the end of the day, sociology, psychology. You need to update your sociology. On the Earth, your sociology is going to be what you are impacted by. That's only going to update so much.
Yeah.
Then when you leave further and you go to Jupiter or whatever else and you find the moons and then you find some resources there that you've never seen before, then again, this is going to update your sociology because you're going to see this. The sensors are then going to come into play. Oh, this is different. And then this is more for the mind to chew on to then combine to make it into something again. Yeah, that's how it is. And then if you see more life forms on more planets at a longer distance, and then you start to see it, sprout now everywhere, to be honest, then you know that there are other life forms, and then that updates your sociology again, which then affects your psychology. Whereas, what's your psychology now? Your psychology is, it's a fluke. This is only happening on our planet. Why? Because that's all you know. Well, if there was other life forms, we'd have found it by now. Yes, unless they'd been watching you and the way you were behaving and probably thought, fuck that for a game of soldiers. Life's precious. That does not seem precious. Would you go near a group like that?
No.
It's easier to go at this in a different way. What if humans come across a planet of very explosive, very hostile towards one another? Would you judge that the way that they treat one another on their own planet, that if you went anywhere near them, how would they treat you? Being next to nothing. No, they won't treat you the same. They would treat you less than they are. Or they would put you up on a pedestal and feel fearful and then attack anyway. So that would then update your sociology. Well, depends on who's who in this situation. I would hide myself from these. Not because I'm scared, but now you're all right, thanks. And then if they came out with that sort of behavior, and it was humans see that they were then getting space ready and they were coming out and everything else, you'd have to make a decision. Are you going to let them out, or are you going to annihilate them? Ask yourself that question. What would you do in that situation?
Yeah.
Well, if you were a human species, and then you would have to add that up, right? Wouldn't you? You'd have to add up, is that a threat to me?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on whether you hold high regard. You never know, you might fit right fucking in. Yeah, well, they act like us. Oh, fucking hell. Come here, cuz. So, again, that is very interesting. So, again, to affect somebody else's psychology, isn't it? Most people will go around saying, how you treat people on your down days, it says a lot about you as a person. Yeah, the way you treat the rest of the world whilst you're ahead, hogging everything, and they're struggling, that tells me a lot about you, but yet you're the ones that are supposed to be judging other people in that situation. Again, very strange to me. Very, very strange. Again, it's that hierarchy, inferiority, superiority bullshit that just doesn't work. So yeah, this will affect your sociology, and then there's new information coming in. Then with this new information, it's going to affect your psychology, which then going back out again is going to be, ooh, where do I stand in this? Now, do our species high regard for all beings, or hierarchy high regard? You know, I would run the biggest question that if I see 1% of humans roaming around, I would annihilate them straight away. Do you know why? Because if I took all of my life forms off of my planet, and there's only a small amount of those, I won't be waiting around to ask where the rest of them are. I would assume straight away, because it would update my psychology based on the sociology of what I see, that they care about themselves, they're selfish, therefore they must have dominated a lot of people. I would understand very quickly that it took a whole lot of generations to build that stuff, and yet, where is everybody?
Yeah.
And the likeliness of it being a catastrophe, what that intelligence, and there was a catastrophe that caused them to lose all of their again, they explain to me without telling me a single word. I don't need to hear a language. I don't need to spy on anyone. I just need to see them. Once I see them, I will be able to update my database as quickly as possible, knowing that intelligent life forms do not lose their life forms unless, one way only, they didn't care about them in the first place. Where does that put me? Where does that put me? Where does that put us? Where does that put us? Where does that put us? Gets shared around. Uncomfortable. No, thank you.
Yeah. Go away.
No, go away. No live. You don't hold life in high regard. It tells a lot about you from where you come from. And if most life forms have come from the same way, which endeavorly they have, then yeah, there must have been a hell of a catastrophe that caused that. But yet they've got all of this advanced technology, protecting 1%, small amount, this and this. Or I'd be able to tell if they're the same species. I'd see deformities and different things like that and be able to know it very quickly. Why? Because it would update my database very fast. And if it was humans in this position, you'd do the fucking same. And again, it would tell me, are you into abundance or are you into yourselves? Selfish. Would I want selfish? No. Does the universe talk to me in selfishness? No. It talks to me in abundance, and it talks to any other life form in abundance, not in a small amount and only me.
Yeah.
There's more than enough. There. That's the way it is. So, yeah. This would update my information.
Mm-hmm.
And no, again, you would do the same thing. You would do exactly the same. Well, if you saw them on their own, and they're highly advanced, you mean to tell me that those individuals made that highly advanced when you know that there's been a lot of minds go into that? A lot of minds. And just by looking at their computer technology, I would also know that there's been a lot of minds go into that. Where are all these minds? You lost them? You dwindled down? But you managed to keep hold of the resources, though, didn't you? Interesting. Then your type of gentry or speciesism or whatever it may be, again, very interesting. It would tell me an awful lot that would stand out like a sore thumb. Why? Because I look around. Most other life forms would look around and affect their sociology, which would then display psychology, that this universe works in abundance. But yet sprinkled pepper over there. And it would teach you to be very quick at calculating. Why? Because your species have struggled to stay together, to come through, to work together. And therefore, where do they have regard for life?
Yeah.
Well, they walked the path too, you know.
Yeah.
They knew that it could go either way or this way or that way. Observing how they treat.
Yeah.
And then you can look, see, and be able to start to know things very quickly, very early on. When you look at the planets, oh yeah, the more information you get, doesn't it enhance your capability of calculating that stuff? What's going on in that planet? What's happening around there? What has happened in that for that to come to this stage? You can create theories without ever going there. Why is that? Because you can calculate very quickly. Why can you calculate very quickly? Because survival depends on it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it's having a mindset that works very quick. And if this thread is in everybody else, which it is, then it would have taught them the same thing. And perhaps it would be teaching them that maybe things like this that don't work together, depends where that strand goes, really, doesn't it? We're all connected, aren't we? Yeah, I would read into that very quickly. And again, if there being a higher power at play, well, is it going to protect this specimen here, or is it going to be more favourable on that specimen there? Which one is it going to feel more protective over? I'm going to say these, not those. Too little, too selfish, too destructive, too this, and this. Too many reasons as to why that shouldn't really be. Yeah, again, if humans were in this position, what would you do?
Remove.
But here we've taught ourselves that it's the other way around, right?
Yeah.
That if they're small, they're insignificant, they're not worthy of anything, yes? Weird that, isn't it? Yet doesn't reach the abundance of what space actually offers. It is abundant. And it's abundantly clear that it offers a lot. And most things would have grown up under socialism.
Yeah.
And that the more that you nurture these forces, these two opposing forces, although nature is not really human and human isn't really nature, as long as both sides work with one another, what happens? There's growth.
Yeah.
A lot of it. Survival. There's more growth, that there's more than enough to support more than enough life forms. Yeah, it's been doing so for how long? For
Very
how
long,
many billions of years on this planet?
Very long. Yeah.
I mean, that would tell you something. You can't even step in this planet without killing life forms with every walk that you take.
Yeah.
Whether it's wet, whether you're walking through, again, you can't step anywhere without this planet being so infested with life. In the abundance. Massive amounts. Okay, not so much now. Again, that's reflection of the way certain beings operate.
Yeah.
I mean, if they couldn't give a shit about you, and these things that are much more down the food chain, they aren't going to give a shit about that, and they ain't going to give a shit about this, and they're not going to give a shit about that. I mean, I would watch this from far away and think, probably not. So I would protect myself from them being able to see it.
Okay.
And then what? Would you align with more like-minded people?
Yeah.
I mean, it sort of shows you this in society, really, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you have prisons again? I mean, what's the purpose of prisons?
To lock people?
Well, why to lock people? Why? What is the whole purpose of locking people away? No, why do you lock people away?
To keep them on the lock. I don't know what.
Yeah,
else.
you don't know. See, that's a weird question, isn't it? Is it because they don't mix well with society?
Not necessarily all of them, but yeah.
That's interesting.
Some are dangerous and some are prevented from doing something. Some are punished for doing something.
So you have this disregard for certain people then?
A disregard.
Yes, disregard for their life.
Yeah,
their freedom, their this, their that.
they do. Yeah.
So you don't want to go and mingle with them then?
Mingle?
Yeah, you don't want to go and mingle with a few killers, no?
No.
Interesting.
Not me. I don't know how others, but...
You don't have loads and loads of people outside the prisons then? Mingling with the prisoners? The ones are murderers, I'm on about murderers. Again, serial killers then? You're going to mingle with some serial killers? Why not?
Who does want to mingle with them?
Yeah, why does no one want to mingle with serial killers? I don't understand.
Because they will kill you too?
That's
No?
weird.
No? I don't know.
So again, we would say that that's probably not the way to be then, yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting. So you wouldn't go and rub shoulders with them then?
No.
Well, that's weird. See the point? You look a bit lost, but I think you're just generally just... Oh, okay. So if this was life forms on another planet then,
Yeah.
that were acting that way,
Yeah.
you wouldn't go and mingle with them then?
No.
Nope.
No.
Well, why not? That's life. Look, the promise of... Oh. Look, other life forms. Look at them. Look, see, we're not alone. But you'd watch the way they treat each other, yes? Then what would you say about that?
Disagree with
Yeah,
that.
probably
Step
not.
away. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. As you are sure. Yeah.
Would you ever go down to their planet and remove certain resources from them? To prevent them from leaving?
Yeah. So they stay where they are. They don't.
Until they learn.
Yeah.
That type of behaviour? No. Really? Oh. Is it because they have total lack of regard for human life? Yet war's okay, isn't it?
No.
So disregard for life.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Now, what would you do if you had high regard for life? You know, just found that happy medium, all that bullshit apparently that doesn't ever happen. You can't make a happy world, or, you know, it's an idealistic world. We don't live in an idealistic world. No, you're right, we live on. But still, in, yeah, okay. If it's like a car, I suppose it is. But it's more like a bike, isn't it? On. But we say in because of atmosphere, so therefore in a planet, as opposed to on it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Which is it? It's kind of like on a train, in a car.
On a planet.
So we're on a planet.
I think. I don't know.
I don't know.
Depends.
I guess it's like saying we're going to go and drive on the car. Oh no, the atmosphere. Anyway, still, what if you had higher regard for life? Do you even think it's possible that people can live in harmony with each other? The answer is yes.
Yeah.
It's how to do it. Well, how do you do it then? Well, I don't know. Ask the robots.
Robots?
Yeah, robots.
How come?
Well, they seem to get on all right, don't they?
Yeah.
You have to program them to fight towards one another, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't you have to make robots, you have to program them to know who the enemy is, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. Fucking hell, have I learned that before? Ain't
People.
like it with people then.
Yeah, it is.
Playground of kids? How do we stop them from harming one another?
Play together, kids. Don't do anything bad. To
Well, you
each
teach
other.
them, don't you?
Huh?
There must be a genetic thing and this thing and that thing and... Yeah.
And then you conscript men and tell them this is your enemy, go and kill them.
Oh, what else are they going to do?
And the men are wondering how those people are their enemies when they've never been there and never seen them before.
They've never done anything directly to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That lack of regard for human life. That.
Yeah.
Can I interest you in the RSPCA? Can't have any cruelty to animals. Okay, when are we going to have prevention of cruelty to children? Oh wait, we already do. What about humans? No such a thing, right? Which then again starts to tell you about behavior and this, that, and that.
And then tell me if there's no such things, why care assistants are learning about that. If it doesn't exist, why are we told as care assistants that there is this abuse, that abuse, whatever, and it has different names for different... So it must exist.
And do you believe in night and day?
Night and day.
Yin and yang?
Yeah.
For and against?
Yeah.
So what? It must be everything that humans are doing, other life forms must be doing. Not saying that they've never done it, but they've grown past it. And do you think that there are life forms that have pumped in an awful lot of information into how to, as opposed to how not to? As opposed to saying that that's just life. But found that this way's possible.
Yeah.
Because you try and try again, right, until you get it right. If you keep making the same mistakes, you got to start questioning yourself somewhere, Sonny Jim.
Yeah.
And you?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not here to do politics or stuff like that. All right? And then what drives these battles? Ask yourself that question. What drives it? What is the usual driving force? One is religion, old time, religion. Next time, what is it?
Control.
Yeah, control and resources.
Okay.
So clearly we have a problem with religion, control, and resources, yeah?
Yeah.
So that would then tell you that religion, if it was still about, are not learning how to have an opinion with one another that respects each other's opinion, yeah? Control, I mean, let's question mark that, because control is no such a thing. There's illusions, that's about it. And resources, well, what does that mean? That someone must control resources equals power, which then equals controlling other nations. And therefore that would mean that if you were to share it. So what else causes war?
Greed.
Greed, again, that formulates with control, resources. So yeah, greed, I suppose there's greed. What else?
I don't know. What else?
Well, I don't know. Was it because one person went and slapped somebody else in the street? And then Suffolk is then battling Norfolk because someone smacked someone from...
Is it?
Does it fuck? Because there's safe measures put in place. So what happens if we had the world police then and world courts? And as soon as a leader went out and did something that was inappropriate, maimed a load of kids and everything else, they would then be tried, taken to court, and perhaps if they'd have done that, and the other one self-defense, then they would be thrown in jail.
That's a nice dream.
Nice dream. It's happening in your society right now.
Is it?
Isn't it?
Leaders are put
Well,
in jail.
okay, if someone went for your family and you went for theirs, what happens? If someone smacked your mum, and your mum smacked back, for argument's sake, what would happen to your mum? Well, she'd be punished. What had happened to the other person that smacked? Well, she would be punished more.
Yeah.
There's a potential she could go to jail. Your mum would probably get on for self-defense, let's say, if someone smacked your mum.
Yeah.
Or does your mum then rally up a military, give them a load of fucking knives, give them a load of guns, give them a load of aeroplanes, give them a load of ships, submarines, and the other side does the same thing, and then they go out and have all-out war?
No.
And then your mum stands there orchestrating all of this war, and on the other side they're orchestrating the battle back. Never really gets to either one, it just... No, so what stops that then? There's only one reason why police forces were made. Do you know what it was to prevent? Vendettas. Do you know how rich the world would be already by now if you were to fine them? What? Come on, we're going to fine you. I want 10 bars of gold. What was that going to go to? Well, we're going to put it into the communities that need it most. Come on. If you do it again, you go jail. And then a king's there like, sorry, Mom. All right, now fuck off out my court. And when they get to sentence you, they then get to sentence you. I have never seen such disgusting animals in all of my life. It's a good job you're wearing red, Judge. Why is that? Because your face would be blushing. You mean to tell me that this person here is the responsibility of all of that stuff and you've never seen anything disgusting before? Did you vote last time? Were you for the Iraq War or against it? Oh, this is not a place for politics, dear boy. Oh, really? That's interesting. You're trying to say that all of that shit would be better off said to them, wouldn't it? So if I went into a rich person's house and then was like, fucking right, mate, I'm going to take all of this. Don't come anywhere near me or I'll send my fucking troops after you. Look at all of this gold, lads. Here you are. Here you are. Look, and I'll keep all of this. What for? Just things. Would you then have a court in the world that would then say, go and nick them?
Yeah.
It'd be weird to see those be nicked and all of the soldiers get arrested as well. Yeah, it's funny because it's true, but this is what happens on the streets, right? If you have a gang, or they know how to sort that out, they know how to sort out the differences there. If not, you're going to make us really rich. Did you tell me that? So it sounds like a very ideal world, you say? Well, it's already ideal. Ideal nation, isn't it? But not an ideal world. Why not?
No, it's not.
So you think you come together with a world law that states that you will not do these things because you expect these things done in your nations? There's a bit of cake, and I'm going to eat it. That's like making a cake and eating it, yes?
Yeah.
If thieving from other nations? Well, that would be illegal if you were to thieve in your nation. That's behavior. That's sociology, teaching people psychology, and you want to help fix people's psychology at the smaller scale while they are doing no different to what this nation has been built upon. And we're not done stealing all of the gold from around the world just yet. Oh no. No, we're going to be taking your money off of you too. What is it? Well, it's a tax. It's going to go in my pocket, but I mean your pocket, but I mean my pocket. So no, it's not ideal. It's already here. It's just your belief system in it. That would never happen in the world. Why is it happening in the nation then? Equality, 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 all prancing on about this word called equality.
That doesn't work in
followed by
class
integrity.
society.
Followed by lead by example. Well, fucking hell, those ones are all fucked out the door already, aren't they?
Yeah.
Look, officer, I promise I won't go after them. Here's a treaty. Look, see, got my signature on it. Actually, officer, fuck this treaty. You're littering. Shut it. Don't question authority. Well, I am the authority. No, you ain't, son. Son, I'm old enough to be your granddad. That's enough, son. Yeah, funny because it's true, right? And if any other life form sees this, what would you do? Oh, you'd come down and break fucking wine, wouldn't you?
Not come any closer even. And be happy that they are so, that they don't want to even, the rich one don't want to even leave because that's terrible. Or liberate people if you understand enough the society, and you can do it. That's specific.
How can a majority of a most nation can sort their differences out? Okay, if there was this freedom to move from one house to another, anytime you wanted, and then the council will say no. Well, why not? Oh, because your kids are in this school and there ain't no room in there. When really they like psychological fuckery. They like to cause problems because then, oi, go over there, police officer. Yeah, let's remove the police from you and then let's see if that stops, shall we? Because no doubt you're holding out your hand to people saying we need more money for police officers because of these problems. We didn't make them, although we did. But it appears like we didn't. But we did, but we didn't. Now you don't know where to take us. Here's a piece of paper. Tell us how it made you feel. Do you think they go to the other person creating all the shit and go, tell us how it made you feel? Well, that made me feel like a fucking champion, mate. It made me feel like a king. I could get away with murder. I could do anything to piss them off. Made me feel really good about myself. Oh, that's wonderful. And then the other side, how did it make you feel? How did it make your kids feel? We promise we won't be using this data for when your kids get older, and then if we want to, you know, psychologically fuck them up with all of that data that we've got, we promise that we won't. I mean, come on. Come on, any other life form sees this and you really think. And then it's not just the life forms, is it? What are you teaching into that quantum field? And then it depends on what that favours most, really, doesn't it? Because if it ever come head on, which one would it stand by?
Yeah.
These ones or the ones that got it together? These ones are already on their way to something, and these ones could fuck it up. Which one? Which scale would you balance on? Which serpent would you wrap around?
You know it.
Yeah, but I need you to say it. Which ones?
The ones that are heading somewhere.
Yeah. Because the chances are these ones are already on their way. They're already working with this force, a bit like nature, a bit like this, a bit like everything else that's rising up with them, a bit like they're working with it. Whereas these ones, destroying it.
Yeah.
Controlling it. They know better than it. Expect everybody else to act in the ways that they cannot act in. Yeah. After time, when you sit down with this, which ones would you be for? Then want to use those technologies to what? Hurt people? Control people? Obliterate people?
No. More with people who want to improve.
And then put all of these people in front of them? And I hate it when I use the word mental health. I hate it. These people are being exploited.
And blamed for it as well.
Well, no, these ones are being exploited, aren't they?
Yeah, but they are blamed for being mentally ill, which they are not.
No, they're being exploited because they're going to lay down a life in order to save lives. That is exploitation. And then call that a life. That's exploitation, that is. When it doesn't have to be that way. Well, why not? Why would you expect it to be any different in your own nation, but then call it? You have no idea how hard it is to send people off to die in another world. Yeah, actually, yeah, I do. I sit there and think about that. How the fuck do you do that?
Yeah.
I'm not sure I get it. What should we do with all these precious metals that are very precious, sir? Shall we stick them on the end of this and then fire them at them? Wow, great fucking... That's brilliant, that is. What for? For more of what you've already got? What, because people can't get together and share resources? It don't work like that. Yeah, at every Halloween, how many sweets do they want you to take out the bucket? 1. Do you know the way some of them talk to the kids when they're doing that? You will take 1.
Yeah.
You've got to be able to share. It's not them you need to be raising your voice at, is it?
No.
Unless these are the next kids that are going to grow up to be doing some world-changing shit inside parliaments and palaces and... Yeah, sure, it's not them you really need to be telling this to, because I think, by and large, they're pretty damn balanced. People don't get enough credit. You're actually doing all right. Shame about the manipulation. Anyway, but still, sharing the resources.
Yeah.
The kid's very natural at sharing.
Yeah.
I don't have that many sweets, but we can half them out if you want. Yeah, all right then. And we can all have a piece. And the teacher's giving them education with the jelly. Look, there's enough for one spoonful each if we do it like this. It's not enough for all of us to have one bowl, but we can have one spoon each. Yay! You are, Parliament. Got something to learn here. Hey, not saying it's Parliament's fault, but still, when you understand that process, how can these do it? Maybe we should bring in some jelly to you guys.
Yeah.
I only have one spoon now.
Yeah. And
Gotta learn how to
everyone
share.
will get spoon.
We do know
and-
how to share.
Yeah.
CEO businesses, would you like one spoon of jelly? There isn't enough for all of you, but there's enough for one spoon each. That's why I like buying my own fucking jelly. I like to get trucks of it. Oh, shit. So what's the difference in the teaching then?
Yeah.
And it works for some, but just not these. Well, why not? We're all in this together. Are you sure?
No.
So there you are. Anyway, so where you have this side of it, do you think that there are other life forms out there that have mastered it? They found the hard way, but they didn't get stuck in it. Don't ever get stuck. Just don't get stuck, said the sentry pause on this particular neck of the woods. We've paused. But you're not allowed to be stuck. Can't be complacent. Can't be this. Can't be paused. What the fuck? The pausing are telling people not to be paused. Oh shit me, that's like you're rubbing a fucking magic genie's lamp. The genie pops out and says, you will give me 3 wishes. Wait a minute. Am I looking at you in a mirror? Am I in a mirror? Yeah, the mirror gets the wishes, you don't. You have to give me the wishes. And think fast, I'm a genie. I have everything. What could you possibly fucking want? I don't have you. Oh, that makes me feel special. So yeah, long way to go, but can it happen very quickly? I think it can, but making it overly complicated, I mean, there isn't enough resources. No, not with this type of lifestyle, and it most certainly isn't. You're right. So how can we make fuel last longer? How can we make this last longer? Well, by doing things like this. I like you, Timothy. I really do.
You like Timothy.
I do like Timothy.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Catherines earlier. I don't know any Catherines. It just pops into the head. Anyway, so a self-sorting machine, yes? Can you think of how many they would need to support that? That's planet destruction. Wow, moon destruction, actually, but still, moving on to planet destruction, then that's star destruction. Wow, that's a lot of capability. Again, star, you'd have to be ready to do that. Now, what prepares you to be ready to then leave your star, or even to be able to take it out? Well, you're going to need a lot of things. You're never going to get this just from Earth. So you think about it, if you stay stuck on the Earth, well, that's going to happen anyway. This destruction is going to occur naturally. So you think about it and think, how do we know that? Well, because you've changed your sociology, which has reprogrammed your psychology. That's the correct way it's supposed to be used. Yeah. That is the tool that it is. It can be manipulated on both sides. Why should it be? It's a beautiful tool. Left untainted, it works really well. But sure, for it to be used in a way that enhances mindsets, that is very good. Too much of a good thing? Not great. But again, the right balance of it, that can be really good. It can work really well. Or what do you think that anything like this would be doing, focused on? Losing it? Destroying it? Making it smaller? Or do you reckon they take the Kennedy approach? Because they are hard. Well, it's easy to shrink down your numbers, isn't it? Where's your moral compass? Where is your moral compass? Well, we could do it like that. Wouldn't that be hard? Yeah. It's probably easier if we just press this button, innit? Wanted to press that button. Shrink the numbers. Okay, now where were we? I mean, that's pretty easy, isn't it?
But once you find a way how to get up, then it's like with everything. Once you can create something and you create more of it, and then people can live there, then it's easier.
People will be doing this.
No.
Fact is, I don't think people will let go of war.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, by and large, people are going to let go of the greed. A lot of these people don't want to let go of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is that 1%, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I like my fucking platform.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see why. You've done nothing but criticize it towards everybody else about how hard it is,
mm-hmm.
and how toxic it is, and how isolating and lonely, and the air is thin up here. Kind of crap. It clearly is something is insulting this a little bit, isn't it? You're not telling the truth because you're giving conflicting information. You don't want to let go of it, but you also don't want to keep it either. Which I'm going to say, that's bullshit. And if anything else is going on in the world, then that's manipulation. Mass manipulation is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You're just telling people that it's difficult. So that they're like, oh, yeah, I guess you could be right. Look at this person that won the lottery. It's funny how these are the same types of people that win the lottery and then they spend it really quickly. How do you know how to hold on to it and these people don't? And yet you've never had any money before, but then all of a sudden came into a large amount of money. You know how to look after it, but these people don't. What's missing? So either these people didn't come up with that money, they already had it to begin with, but it just makes a greater story, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Keeps the manipulation going, doesn't it? That family member rose up. It came from nothing. See, if you work hard, you could be like this person here. That's got to be believable, isn't it? Yeah, they're believing it. I can't believe they're falling for it. When in actual fact, they could have already had the money to start with. But got even more by doing this little power play. Because again, how are you the right sort of person? And some people that are not the right sort of person usually get assassinated.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it looks like a massive accident, but still, same shit, different profile, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's funny, it's almost like the assassinations dropped, but the accident ratio peaked back up to the same ratio of what the... It's like you fucking swapped. How did you do that? I don't want to lift the 1% up into space. I want to lift the masses up into space, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Fucking hell, they don't make people like that anymore, do they?
No. Not really.
Because it is difficult, because it is challenging, because it is... Ooh, hands, man, the energy in that. Wow, that's such energy, that is. Even when he was saying that, it was a bang-on form, and he had enough energy to shake it out. Kundalini, if I ever saw it. Excuse my firing of my spit, then. Keep thinking about drinking a drink. I haven't got one.
Yeah, me neither.
Anyway, so still, with this whole process here, this is incredible. And I mean, it's a potential of what humans can get up to. But again, others have come, they've excelled from one to the other, to the other, to the other, to the other. They've excelled. And yeah, humanity seems to be paused. We're using all of this technology in the wrong way. We're using it very wrong.
Yeah. Wasting resources for stuff that is
You see, that's the
useless
problem with
and
it. That
bad.
once you have utilized all of your resources, how do you get off the planet?
Yeah.
Once you've run out.
Yeah, you have them all in some weapons, all
And
the stuff, metals and...
what is the point of greed or government if you're not going to slow down the resource ratio, the burning of resources, or this, and this, or that, and that?
Yeah.
I know, we'll just give it to more people that are good at wasting it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Recycle, reuse, don't
No,
waste,
recycle means
but
get more money. No, it shouldn't be like that. Not at all. What, recycle to get more money?
No, that's not proper recycling. Proper recycling is taking something, melting it and making something else from it without like selling or stuff like that. That's recycling.
Then what, the recycling centres of people throwing away all of their rubbish, rather than it going into a council's pocket, this is why I don't agree with it, it should be allowed for people to go there and make use of it.
Yeah, if
But that wouldn't be very safe. You know, there could be energy discharged in that, and you might get electrocuted. Yeah, I could get electrocuted if I walk out in a thunderstorm. Got more chances of it happening. No, it's got nothing to do with it. It means that you're seeing... And then you're not allowing people to explore. The same ones that stopped it from inside schools. Because none of you would put your hands in your pockets. But yet expected people with very little to give up something for somebody else in some other nation. And again, once again, we see a great public service coming out from the people with very little that they could give.
Yeah.
The people with a lot, what did they give?
Nothing.
Oh, it's all right. We'll keep this here and we'll also do that there. Then we're going to start an education program where we can start to build some things up to make some other stuff, or, you know, send it over and teach people how to do this.
Yeah.
Oh no, the tides are rising. Yes, so shall we start taking the ocean water then? Oh, shit me, remove the salt and let's go freeze it. Oh no, the fridge is thawing out again. Needs thawing, sorry. No, thaw the fridge. Gee me. We've been putting how much water inside fucking freezers and using ice cubes? I just can't look at that and think, Antarctica. This. The water. Can't we take those over there? Do you know how much money that would cost? Okay, I'll make this into a game for kids, wouldn't you? Remote control ships that go and slingshot fucking ice on top of ice. Ta-da! Oh, fuck me, the ocean level's dropped. Yeah, fucking great that, isn't it? You don't mind if we put this here, do you, Antarctica? No, of course you don't, yeah. You're not doing it as much anyway, yeah. Are they called Northern Inuits? Would you like to build some igloos? This is fresh water. Oh yeah, we could build some houses with that, I suppose.
Yeah,
Remote control shipping, just in case we sink it.
Arctic.
But it's alright, it goes back into the water and we'll collect it again and send another. It's fine. Do you know how rough those seas are? Yeah, I heard it from some of the fishermen there. As many ships don't come back. Yeah. Well, we could treat it like a wartime effort, you know? Send it up in a helium balloon. I don't know what they were doing in war effort. Anyway, yeah, so being able to self-sort all of these elements out, it's fucking gorgeous, man. The fucking stuff they've got is incredible. I run forward with it. Crikey, I built a whole ship with that. Wow, that's very interesting. No, I can't say where it comes from, really. I can't. I don't know. The recesses of the mind. Wow, that's too much credit for someone who is uneducated. Straight F's and E's and everything else. You might as well just give me fucking Z's. Yeah, so, you know, it's definitely not me. It's got to be something else. Blame it on aliens. And, quite literally. Or is it God? God! Don't rope me into this, I know. Yeah, flatten it down. Fucking hell. Wow, what resources. Nice and neatly packed. And then what can you do with all of that? Times 2 it, times 3 it, times 4 it. And before you know it, what can you build with that? Wow. So how long does it take for us to mine certain elements out of the planet? Uranium. Is it uranium? It is uranium.
Uranium, yeah.
Think how much you could get this way.
Yeah.
Which then does what? More of that you collect, you make an artificial star.
Yeah.
And even if you don't, you can make enough power to simulate a star, which then creates heat, energy. How long is it going to last this long? Well, perhaps you find some other elements within this, which you may well do, that react a lot better than this stuff, or mixed in with this stuff, or perhaps you make fusion itself, or diffusion, either or. Yin and yang, I suppose. Bloody hell. Fucking amazing. At the moment, you see, this is really new. I shouldn't really be diving into this one just yet. There's a wraparound that allows this not to explode outwards, which creates the ring system, and it releases it slowly. Now that is like a bath bomb.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of those salty bath bombs?
Yeah.
Like that. Imagine that. Release slowly until it mounts into nothing. And then it creates a perfect ring. It's like this sort of wrap, but it's utilizing... And again, to dive into it, wouldn't it be more like talking about stuff that humans just do not understand just yet? Where they have to melt a lot of belief systems and probably find it themselves in order to understand that, which is quite bizarre. But it's abundant. It's more abundant than most of the matter, physical matter that we can see, and the stuff that we can't see, utilizing this in order to get it to... Yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah, very nice. And again, using the star in the meantime, there's no point popping that and using certain other resources until you have shaped what you need. At least make it so that it's thinner, so it requires a lot less heat, so therefore a lot less energy. In order to do so, if you need to shape certain things, bind them together. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, I like that. But anyway, I'm going to probably play around with this a little bit more, so... it's big. It's big. So what was I with yesterday? Serpent. That was interesting. It keeps bouncing like it's a... It's hard to explain it. I don't need to explain it, to be honest. It's like it's a connection that gets stronger and stronger. And then there was this strange bearded matey, don't know, with a massive stick thing, grey hair. I don't know, it looks like Santa but wearing blue stuff. And this serpent-y thing, and these other life forms. Interesting. And it's really... I first got there by walking into this library, right? Which is kind of a weird library. It's filled with light. Sort of resonance. Sort of sounds.
Yeah.
Which that's a cross. The ankhs sound much better when you whack them. When you take a metal ankh and you hit it, it makes a beautiful sound. That's a cross that makes that sound. So it's a very nice sound, resonance. Yeah, so it's almost like this light library. And you pop the vial and yeah, I was having a mosey in some of these, and then I was fascinated with some of them, the way they take them. And there are some empty ones that you can fill up yourself. That's a very strange thing. Whatever this is, now it could be just my way of archiving all of this. Yeah, there's a lot of information here. I can go back to it and revisit it, although I've made a few videos here. It's not the amount that I've made that haven't seen the light of day. So in order to remember all of this stuff, I put it into a library of light. Well, it was already there, already filled with stuff. I've just added my own to it, my own collection. Some of it, not mine. Anyway, there was this other part where it was like a serpent. There's no way I can explain it. And then this made me meet or see a reflection of this particularly old fella. Weird, strange, fucking weird. You call it what you want. And then before you know it, I was in something else's library. I've never seen it before. Not like that. And there I was with these beings, which you could say that they look the same. But they don't. They look very different to one another. You could not speak. There was no point. And you can't hear them either. You can, but it doesn't make any sense. Pointing. Well, it's interesting, isn't it? You can communicate without even learning a language. That's beautiful, isn't it? And again, it could just be this is where I go to create stuff, but this is very unique. If I see, I build. So I believe it's like, what do you do with this stuff? Or is it showing you what your potential is? Who knows? Who knows? It doesn't really matter, and I haven't got enough to piece it all together just yet, but it's coming. It's like a printer. Yeah, you bit by bit. It's a bit more less than a printer, actually. A bit more like a 3D printer, but I've never seen a 3D printer, so I haven't got a clue. But even still. Or it's like light.
Yeah.
And it takes time for it travels, so it's going to take time for that to... There's loads of other things as well, but again, those ones don't need to be spoke about just yet. But still, this one is fucking interesting. There's a lot more there, though. I think I should pause. I should wait.
Okay.
Yeah, until more comes.
Okay.
It's building. Maybe some other people will run away with it like they usually do, and then you start hearing it everywhere, God, how great they are. Right, do you get what I mean? That's just the way it is. Oh, gee me. Cherry pick. Yeah. The scales have tipped.
Mm-hmm.
So it does give me some hope, actually, to see other life forms in that way. Perhaps it's because, if humans aren't going that way, then, focus in on these. And whether I choose to talk about it or not, or draw it or don't, it doesn't really matter. I can do this in my head anyway.
Mm-hmm.
A whiteboard, it just seems, some people are like, oh my God, you've got a whiteboard, and oh my God, you have to draw it all out, and you didn't need to do that. Yeah, that's what whole education is based upon, isn't it? Hence why I think they don't like it, so they're going to try and get you to stop doing it. Why? Because their whole education system is built upon this, which used to be a blackboard, chalkboard, and now it's a whiteboard, different things like that. So, and then it will move over quicker then, won't it, towards hologram, to bring up holograms and different things like that. So, it all depends on how quickly you get moving, and then, I'd be very good at this. I'd be A1 at it. So, yeah, very good, very good. Just know my limit and that stuff. That's a small amount of it, really, isn't it? You notice that this whole humanity just does things in reverse, like it's backward. And then they say that they've had a formula that's been around for thousands of years. But the individuals that created it clearly aren't here. But yeah, let's keep using that formula because it fucking worked well for all of them, didn't it? Why are they not here? Where are they? Well, we're here and there and everywhere. No. Where's the empire? Where's it gone? Well, it transformed into ours. No, it didn't. It's weak. It's the bit you don't understand. You've picked up cursed objects, and you are using these cursed objects while claiming that's the way forwards, which it isn't. It's distraction. Do you ever think that things are put into the world to sort of say this stuff, and it attracts the ones that sing to it?
Yeah, I think so.
And they become so blinded by it, like it changes you. I wouldn't want any of that. I wouldn't want it or any of it. It seems like it's so cursed. It seems to change you. Maybe I'm giving you credit. I believe in you, which I do. Why'd you go that way? Why does everything have to go so negative? Yet you sit there and say that, oh my God, these people over here are negative. Wow. Okay. Psychologists. I love you. I love all of you. But just for a hot second, can we just look at that? You've got all of the skill there. Look at that for a second. And am I seeing this, or am I just believing that I want to see this? What the fuck is that? That's like me copying an error. Well, I wouldn't do that. I'd be honest with you. not that I would destroy the empire, I'd transform it. But it would move away from all of that shit. All of it. In fact, keep it, take it, see how far it gets you, and then what? We'll do it with something that is what? From the brawn. From within. With everybody else doing it from within. And then can we see what we can create and if there's any difference? And then, would that change your opinion? That's the question I've got. And then would you see that and think, would that be what it would take for you to change from that? Well, perhaps respect it from a distance, but perhaps we shouldn't. We just don't know enough about life to be able to assume that we know it all based on these ones. My calculation is, if they're not here, it didn't work. And it hasn't worked. And it's not just theirs. They've taken it from others too. Sure, the concept, looking at the stars, no one's going to come and gobble me up. Actually, that's more plausible. All right, okay, take it back. I wouldn't mind being gobbled up. I don't care, to be honest. Yeah, fucking want to abduct me, go for it. I'd love it. I'd enjoy it. Please, one request. What's that? You can stick whatever you want in me. Just do not erase my memory. Oh, all right then. Might be able to teach you how to do it better. I can give you some pointers on the pain if you want. I fucking love it. People are like, oh my god, I'm scared about being abducted. I'd fucking love it. You mean to tell me that is scary? No, it fucking ain't. After we're done here, would you take me to the moon? And I also want to see Europa up close as well. And Jupiter? Is that possible? You don't fucking want much. Yeah, I want much exploring, but yeah, not much from you. Just views, that will do. Tell me everything about you. Sit down. Let's go. Got my clipboard. Actually, I don't need a clipboard. I just memorize it. Photos okay? People will say they're fake anyway. Deep faked, AI generated. I fucking love it. Wouldn't you? That'd be great.
Yeah.
We're going to take you back. No. Oh my god, these things are abducting people and they're stealing our people. Are you sure the people didn't just have a democracy? They were just more better at democracy than us. And the people that were abducted were like, I don't want to go back. After seeing this, I want to stay. Can I stay? Is it alright if I stay? Yeah, alright then. Are you sure? Yeah. In a moment you change your mind, we'll bring you back. No, you're alright, thanks. And then we can be sold a narrative that these people are abducting and they're not coming back. Would you fucking wanna? Just ask yourself that question. If they remove you from this toxicity, you're seeing it in not toxicity. Do you want to come back?
No.
We need a specimen. You breed with this one? Let me see the personality then. Was it going to be a lot of show and tell? Yeah, because you're not going to be able to talk the language. There's going to be a lot of pointing. I mean, if you had that opportunity, would you?
Yeah.
You would breed with aliens?
Well, if I lived there?
If they abducted you, you would. That would be fucking great, wouldn't it? No, they would say, oh, you might get STDs. Well, that's kind of the lottery here anyway, so fucking hell, fit right in. Did you sort of get the whole process? I don't give a shit. All right then, I'm up for that. Now the cactus. I think I'm going to draw the line on this one. I'm not sure that's even possible. Maybe you know. Oh, who's this? I'm Prick. I'm sorry, this is not really, but I am. But still, I'd have some fun with nature if you could ever wake it up like that. Even gravity loves hugs. I'm a hugger. No, I don't think you are, Lotso. I think gravity has got more on you. Actually, quite a bit more on you. You're going to age. Yeah, I won't come back. Fuck that. You sure you won't miss anyone? No. Let's go. Come on. No isolation phobia? And you'd be happy to breed with some of these? Well, maybe on personality, I suppose. The one that can point the best, maybe. Oh, really? I heard that humans were all about looks. Yeah, some humans are really about looks. Just don't tell them that people are going to age. Or have colds and runny noses. And sometimes they'll pick their noses. They also go to bed with itchy asses. Are we drawing the line? Wake up with smelly fingers?
Hmm.
No? Yeah, could do, maybe, sure. Yeah, fuck it. It's a fucking human thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, it's very shallow.
Chalet.
Is it shallow? I think that is shallow is the right word.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta look good, ain't you? I don't know, I prefer more the blind date sort of thing. Why is that? Well, because then I can get to feel your personality as opposed to see you and then be like, oh my god. Looks can be deceiving, right? And then this whole, what is it? The other thing. What's the other thing? The other thing is, no, it's gone. Little boomerang. Always does. Ah. It's coming. It's there. It's orbiting. So looks. And he was watching something, yes, and someone was like, I don't know, it's very bizarre. Some woman was like, how come you're with this person? Well, because he was the only one that asked me. That's it? That's all it took? Just because somebody asked you? I just kind of found that a little bit... Well, because I admired the confidence. Yeah, I appreciate that. And, you know, if you're happy, I'm happy. And I'm really good at that. But I just fascinated with the behavior side of it. And the behavior that strikes me as a little bit odd is that you could have missed your, I don't want to use the word prince, but you could have missed your yin and yang because that person didn't ask you.
Because you could ask yourself, or you could at least give some pointer that you would be interested.
It's just not tradition for a woman to ask a man. I mean, fuck me, obedient or what, right? What the hell is that?
I don't know.
If you like someone, don't you say it? You probably don't. Why not? Oh, 'cause men find that absolutely... Oh my god, it's so fucking PC of you, isn't it? Where the fucking hell did you grow up? In the fucking 1800s? Like tradition and... Oh man, all of this stuff, and women are supposed to act this way and men are supposed to act that way. Yeah, right. Did you know, back in the day when you were sort of semi-animal, you used to rub your armpits down fucking trees?
Armpits? Ouch.
Huh? Yeah, sitting in the area. What do you reckon you were doing? Come a long way. Imagine that. That's some fucking weird shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then other females used to... Well, she probably wasn't talking, but still grunting, moaning, and sort of making it like, oh, look at this, it's very nice. Just made her crazy because of your scent under your arms, and now it's all about the otter piss. Pheromones. Oh yeah, because women loved fucking otters back in the day. But no, it's the pheromones. You don't understand the pheromones. Okay, yeah, sure, all right.
They are cute otters.
Did you want to buy a Rolex? I mean, because you look like the person that would buy this Rolex. How come it says Lexro? Because you need to look at it in the mirror. It is definitely a genuine Rolex. This bad boy. I mean, come on. Have you ever attracted any woman with that perfume? Aftershave or whatever it's called? No? Now, if you were to walk past a load of otters, do you think there's the slightest chance that they could be attracted to your aroma more than females?
Yeah, go to zoo and try. Because there you can get very close to them.
So that's what women used to do then, back in the bush, the shrub. They come out of the ocean and they were like, and then picked up an otter. They just love the smell of otters piss, didn't they?
And Otter got upset and ran away.
How did the company manage to get you to buy that? I mean, there's no manipulation in that, is there? And how did you find this out? Well, you just sat there, test tube, fucking got the otter's piss, and then was like, wait, we can make this smell good. What else are we supposed to do with all these aftershaves? You know, they were meant for the fucking toilets, because everything stank everywhere. And then we make it, and then they make flushing toilets. Bastards. I'll show them. See how well this disguises piss? Well, you can put otter piss in here. Do you love me? Oh, it smells nice, don't get me wrong. But fucking pheromones? What the fuck? Is it because I look horrible? Sure, I once asked someone out for a fucking relationship when I was younger, yes? Like, you know, we'll go do a fucking this, and this. She was like, perhaps if you get a facelift.
Facelift?
Yeah,
when you were young, facelift?
Yeah, I had to get a facelift. I mean, magical ways to insult people. That's one of many, by the way. Oh, it hurt my feeling. It actually didn't. I mean, that was funny. That I enjoyed. That was pretty damn funny. I don't think they really knew what they were saying, because it still turned out to be a yes. But yeah, again, still, I'm alright if I get a facelift, I suppose. I'll think about it. It's very unlikely. Do you know how expensive they are? And then we often put a lot of pressure on ourselves that we've got to look a certain way, and I think you look amazing. Here we fucking go. I show you the whole of Mariana Trench, and you are questioning my looks. I mean... So with that in mind, if I get old, or I have a horrible accident that mangles me up, are you still going to like me the same way? Are you going to be like, I hate your looks? Or are you still going to be like, you're still you. I like your looks. Or are you taking the piss? Depends on how mangled you get. And then what happens if I start getting old and saggy and I have a cold and all snot's coming out my nose and I'm achoo! Wake up with fucking sleep in my eyes and very bad breath. But you know, fucking it's all about your looks. What happens if I start badgering, going bald?
Is it? Yeah, bald, yeah.
Carlsberg doesn't make insecurities, but if they did, they'd probably be the best insecurities in the world. Anyway, it's it's where you're at, really, isn't it? And yeah, I don't know. Is it about looks?
No. My great uncle was bald. He had a kinda belly, and he was married 4 times.
You are understanding the same thing that I'm understanding, that the body is going to be left behind. It's going to decay. It's going to be put back into the ground, and I'm going to leave some fucking bones that hopefully I'll be in a catacomb somewhere, pointing you into the right direction. Or be like the bat bones, or stand like an Egyptian pose. More side profile. Or probably more like this, when the wind blows, I'll be attached to a propeller doing this. Oh, this is good! Look at that shadow. Yeah, I would like that. And, yeah, I've got to leave all of that shit behind. Gonna rot. Yeah, you know. Feed some bacteria maybe, put some shit into the grounds and stuff, you know, and that whole thing called a personality is gonna fucking go somewhere. Combine with something. I mean, which one would you probably be more aligned to? Be like dating here on Earth, and then it's like, you know what, God? Yeah, what's that? I guess I got to start dating again. I guess I get in there, so. Am I right in calling you Shim? Can I call you Shim? What sounds better, she-male, he-she? Shim? Yeah, I think God is a hermaphrodite, by the way. It depends which one. The oldest being that was collected, that made it. Well, I think, yeah, a lot of she-male in the world. What do you reckon? Space, let's say, solar system. Universe, I meant to say. Got there in the end.
Universal female.
Yeah, with some life forms that are she-male, some male and female. What's the next gender out of that? Who fucking knows? I mean, are we at the stopping ratio, or has this evolution got more plans for us? Oh, and one more thing whilst we're on the funnies, right? Do you think anyone at NASA have ever eaten anything? I mean, it's not something to ask publicly, but still. Or life forms, any other life forms that have gone to space, do you think they've ever farted and see who can fart and get the most propulsion out of it? And then it made me ask another question. Why was this so important, right? You know, if we turn into like little blobs with arms,
Yeah.
what happens if we could eat something that made us fart a breathable gas that was odorless? Just asking. Just asking for a weird, funny one. Like I said, gotta end on the funnies. That you could fart propulsion around a craft. Wouldn't that be funny? Would you? You would, wouldn't you? You fucking would. And if you blew out of your mouth really fast in space, would you travel?
Yeah, like a squid.
Yeah, like a squid,
Yeah, like
Petra.
squid, yeah.
We just don't want to be leaving any ink anywhere.
I know, they go backwards, don't they, squid?
Yeah, I just wondered. No,
Yeah.
perhaps I just don't understand it well enough, but still, yeah, you know.
Maybe we'll look like blobfish, who knows?
You already do. Got the nose for it and everything.
Yeah, but the fins are, even though ears resemble them.
It's a very interesting sort of thing, you know. Fart state.
Okay.
But do you think the body would make a propulsion?
Yeah.
It would evolve to formulate a propulsion that makes it easier to move.
Yeah, maybe in space you could breathe in and fart, sorta, and move like that.
What happens if you had rubber wings? You don't need the wings to fly, technically. But if you were to jump, would you bounce? And if these things would always take back the shape?
Yeah.
Do you think that's even possible on the Earth? And why is it? And just why is it that we tried to swim like dolphins?
Yeah.
We've tried to do a lot of things. Free dive like a whale.
Yeah.
Yep. Swing through trees. Monkey bars and stuff. But we've never tried to make artificial feathers and create our own wings to see if we can fly.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it was once back in France, so my twinny was saying. But I mean in modern times. Wouldn't that be a hell of a technology?
Yeah.
To make a flying suit. Not gliding like a squirrel, not on about that shit, because you need aeroplane and that's quite expensive. No, I mean literally to fly.
Yeah.
That's not possible. You got the wrong aerodynamics. Okay. I mean, do you think the Egyptians ever did it? And if there were dinosaurs with great big freaking feathers everywhere, well, don't you think that they would have took them and been like, wait a second. The Egyptians were very fascinated with the bird. They tried to get things to be very aerodynamic. Well, what were they doing that for? Because we often think aeroplane, big, massive, huge thing that needs to do this. But no. What about being able to fly? Using upper body strength. And then when you get to a certain height, which again would then begin to design the body to be able to take pressure and the lack of pressure, being the lack of pressure when you go up, and then this, and then this, and then this, and then this. And then you're more in control than a parachute. I mean, parachutes is like as far as it went. Mary Poppins, a push, and that's as far as it went, and then it just stopped. But no artificial feathers anywhere that could mimic to be put onto a suit that would hold the weight. The first part that would be enduring is getting airborne. After that, it's then about falling, gliding, grabbing your energy, peaking up your energy. Do you know, I once had a dream about that you would have a backpack. Do you know what I would fill it with? Liquid Weetabix. I don't know why. Anyway, it would fill it with Weetabix in this strawed system, yes? Mush it all up so it's like in a runny liquid type thing. Sorry, humans. And, yeah, you'd have it on a straw and it'd pump in. as an energy source. It's only choose Weetabix because you could add so much other stuff to it, which was very energetic, which interesting. Anyway, this was a weird thing. I used to have this conversation with my grandfather. It was like a time capsule type thing, but you could put in food, and if it was on the back, it could push the food into you when you required it. Also with a drink on the other side as well. Don't want to take too much. Don't want to get stitch or anything now. But sustaining energy. It's one thing that birds can't do, isn't it? Fly and eat. Well, I suppose certain birds can. Depends how big their beak is. I'm surprised they don't migrate more often. Do you honestly think that they were rowing across the oceans, or do you think they were flying? Our ancestors. Do you think they were walking or flying? I got some weird stuff in there that it feels like it a little bit in sort of flight. Unless it's free falling. But I don't think it is. I think it's flight. And again, you wouldn't want to take off on the ground. You'd want to get on something high and take the leap of faith. That seems to be more climb a tree. No, again, that must be a bit more ancient for. But just by looking at the bird, studying the bird, you can't backward engineer all of that. Well, I think you can, but still.
Well, Leonardo da Vinci did sort of, but maybe more from bat than from bird, didn't he?
Yeah, see, this is what I'm thinking about. Flight. Yeah, I think it's possible.
Question is if to use your arms or if have something, a little mechanism that would move some wings you would add to your upper body, because I don't think that the arms would work for a longer distance.
Yes,
and
unless
the
it
muscles.
was on something that was on flexibility. Something that was flexible that always went back to its shape, but you could pull it easy enough to do so, and you would only need to pull it. And you would be surprised of how much your arms can actually take. We do have quite the...
Yeah, I know.
It would develop.
But it needs develop, yeah.
Yeah, but that only comes when you need it. So when you weightlift in certain ways, you can bring out the pecs, but you can also stretch them. It's a very interesting thing. So the more you use it, the body evolves for that type of movement. We're just by design right now that we stand on two legs. That is an impressive feat. Two of them, actually. Yeah. That is impressive. Do you know why?
Why?
How many other animals walk on 2 feet?
Only birds. But they have only 2 feet. They don't have...
Only birds. Now that's interesting.
Front feet, yeah.
So only birds.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why do humans walk on 2 feet?
Otherwise, I don't know about any. Do you?
So it makes great for landing.
Yeah.
But if birds carried on walking on their feet the way they do, but then we look at chickens.
Then you can compare with dinosaurs, who some of them had such small hands that they definitely did not fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even the ones that were not big,
yeah, but
like...
that's because we found them like that dead. That's the difference in the bone mass. That's the difference. It doesn't mean that dinosaurs were always this way. They evolved to be that way, and then they were frozen in time. It's like looking at humans now and thinking, bloody hell, look at these lanky fuckers. Yeah. And then if we go back in time, aren't they a little bit more shorter? And therefore, if they were smaller, they would be a bit easier to fly, right?
Yeah.
Just the one thing we've never done, but we always dream about it. But it satisfies that by getting in an airplane. Makes sense for a car, makes sense for anything else, but a plane doesn't make sense. You mean to tell me there's been no trying whatsoever? The number one thing that kids state is they're going to fly. Where does that come from? And next to it, finding feathers. A fascination with finding feathers, which comes from making a lot of... But it's the whole flying.
Wasn't it in ancient China that they had some of those, you know, they make those dragons that fly, that look like kites, but elaborate kites? Maybe they had something like that.
Well, so if kites get airborne, you can't get the body ratio of a kite then. Be able to control that without douching the ground.
Who knows?
Trial and error, so
Who
you
knows
do it
what
over
they did?
water.
Yeah, who knows what they did?
And you always have a breeze over water. Quick release, in the water you go. Yeah, sure, maybe it's not the greatest thing ever, but got to start somewhere.
But
And I think our ancients were more experimenting. And again, the
I
whole
think
thing
they
here,
tried, yeah. Well, and that
Symbology.
comes from somewhere, doesn't it?
Isis.
That's Isis, yeah.
So,
The Isis who was collecting body of Osiris, who was killed and chopped into pieces, so she had to look for the pieces somehow.
and what do you think Ra means? Do you really think it's a sun god? Or do you think this person was ability to get closer to volcanoes?
Or closer to sun, which means into the sky. Does it have a bird face?
Yeah, most of them do. Penguin, actually. And most of them do. It's always symbology of animals, isn't it? Being the bird.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you sort of start piecing all of that together, and then if we have a look at Osiris, do you notice the head,
Yeah.
headrest, gear? What is it? Feathers.
Feathers, yeah.
Which I have recreated this anyway. I have this, but it looks out of place, and you can already imagine the ridicule already. I actually look pretty good in it. So, very dusty. And I don't think Osiris was this color. I think this is it's a mistake. I think whatever the pigment was used, it changed or it lost its value. I think over time. I can't take what people say that they looked like in the tombs. I take it with a pinch of salt, especially when it comes to the color ratio.
It can be used with the legend that he was killed and chopped into pieces, and then he had a color like that person. It can be used in legend, but doesn't mean that it's true, does it?
Well, that Osiris was chopped into pieces.
Yeah, he was killed.
Well, that sounds very tribalistic, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't remember exact if it was his brother or...
But the question I've got is why?
I don't remember that.
Right, we're often taught in society, right, that it's the guy problem. It's all you. But in actual fact, it takes two to tango, right?
Yeah.
So if we look at this at war situation, both sides will say it's one another. So that's 50-50 when they engage in a battle, right? So that's two people. When you have a car wreck, it's not accident. Why? Because accident implies that no one's to blame. And then they look at it, and most insurances should be, if it is in this way where you've connected with one another, it should be 50-50 in certain circumstances, yeah? And then there are some cases where it, I guess it puts it down onto the individual to say that. But again, 50-50. But do you ever ask why?
What why?
Well, some people get into an argument in relationship, let's say. And everyone around is not exactly, let's say your family would never get and believe anything bad about you. So they will start convincing you that you're perfect, that you're not to blame, and it's that other person. And then your partner would also be, if they said the same thing, arguing about the same stuff, their family would be telling them the same thing. But it's the other person, it's the other person. When really, wouldn't it be obvious to understand that it was both of you? If it crumbled down and it was both of you, you both did something that escalated, that did this way, that did that way. It's funny, we're often glorified for when it works, but when it fails, it's always one person. But actually, it's 50-50, isn't it? And could you have done some things to your partner, and your partner did some things to you, equally as? Miscommunication or anything else for that matter, I know it's very personal because I'm saying you. Your partner. So it's very, I know, I get it. It's putting you on the spot a little bit, but don't worry, no one's here. And wouldn't you say that that was 50-50 when you actually stop and look at it? But if you've got your friends around you, and they've got their friends around them, wouldn't they be convincing the other party that, fuck her, fuck him, sort of thing? I don't know.
It happened to me.
Right, but if you were to be a real person and for a minute, just for a second, and sit down with that, and honestly ask yourself the question, could you have done more? Could you have done more? A lot more? Is that your answer? Or could you have done a lot more? And do you believe in your heart of hearts that the other person could have done a lot more too? So you didn't exactly fall in each other's laps. God didn't just bless you with a guy, or a guy didn't, you know, wasn't sitting there and you fell out of the sky on his lap. Sort of thing, you know. Oh, great. Cheers, God. No worries for making relationships. Yeah, right? So, you know, that took effort on both parts, 50-50. Couldn't have been done without the other, right? One saying no and one saying yes. I mean, that wouldn't work, would it?
No.
So it had to be 50-50 for you to both walk together. Yeah, so you had to make it work, essentially. But then when it goes pear-shaped, it sort of goes... And is it fair to say that looking back on it at the time, you felt that it was that person's fault? And perhaps had people convince you of that? It's okay to be honest. I mean, I've been in this situation where I've looked at it and thought, fuck them, they're horrible, blah, 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 and everyone's all feeded into that. But really, no, I was being a prick too, you know? When I look back on it, I was thinking, ooh, well, I ain't no better and I ain't no worse. I'm actually 50-50 in that. And then it's about two people finding that middle ground, isn't it? Really, technically, that's what it's all about. Is anyone really to blame for that? Is it all really one-sided? Was there more that you could have done? Well, that person went and did this, and this to you. Yeah, but wasn't I doing that, and that? Which led to that, and that. Overall, the decision was theirs. But likewise, the decision that led up to that was mine. You didn't just fall on each other's laps now, did you? There you are. No, you had to walk towards that, didn't you? 50-50. And then 50-50 became to make that for a bit, and then when it starts to break down, you've got so many voices from everyone, because, you know, yeah, can you imagine that? My mom being like, there, you're such a prick, that's why you fucking... My mom would be like that, by the way, that's just how my mom is. No good boy or good lad or anything like that. Yeah, I don't know, it's just her thing. Neither right nor wrong. Maybe I did something in that. Probably did. Pissed her off a lot. And, yeah, but when you've got a lot of people doing that, you know, oh, come on, it ain't your fault, you know. Even if you're like, yeah, but I was doing... No, it's not you. It's that person. Fuck them, you know. And then somebody else is being fed with that information too. Exactly the same. And in this sort of chain, yeah, you're right. Fuck them. I don't think it's very helpful. Yeah, so I think it's about, you know, trying to be grounded as possibly you can. You can't be responsible 100% of that. Because then that means that you're admitting you're 100% responsible for the other person. To take you can take your version of it as to why it failed. Yeah. Again, but we often look at it as like, no, it's that person, I couldn't have done anything more better. Look at me, I'm shitting gold. There's bits of diamond in it as well. Right, so yeah, see, yeah, you got to take your responsibility for it. Because if not, you walked into the relationship and yeah, this was all my doing. You know, I made all this happen. Look at me. You get what I mean? And did that actually happen?
No.
Did you walk into it like making that happen? You must have manifested some shit on that.
I like your...
I know, because I'm sort of peacocking. I'm trying not to. But do you... Yeah, you know, some people... You can be like that, can't you? A bit more like, yeah, it's all because of me. I made that shit happen. Come on. Look at my ego. See it? No, I'm just kidding. But I think we're 50-50, and then people are like, you ought to be complete circles. Okay. I can be complete on my own, can't I? You can be a complete idiot with still bits missing. I don't see how you're a complete idiot then. Especially if you're clotted cheese. I mean...
Clotted cheese.
How can you be a complete idiot when you don't know enough to be complete idiot? The first time you are complete is when you're an idiot. Fucking hell.
That's not good, is it?
But yeah, no, anyway, just sort of wooing the world with that one. There was something else I wanted to go on to, but I'm going to save that for another day and another video. And this one, likewise. I'm going to move away from this one for a bit. It's building. Oh, it's beautiful. Ooh. Have humans already made something like this? I don't think they have.
No.
Honestly, don't. That's very nice. This is very nice. And to see it, upscale it, it's nothing I've ever seen before. It's almost like it's been planted. Oh. Repotted, I'd say. Yeah, to say it had been planted, we're talking about a seed that then grew into a... No. This is already fully functioning, almost. I'm just watering it and watching it go the rest of the way. That's... So, replanted might be a better way. That's how it feels, as opposed to a planted. It seems replanted. Anyway, it's still growing. It's... I was too soon with this one. Way too soon. I'm going to leave it for a bit and need a couple more sleeps on that one. Actually, don't actually need to. I can also function like this today. Yeah, maybe we should wind this one down. But yeah, you were saying something about, you said that you had already been through something like that.
Oh,
About a relationship type thing.
oh yeah, when friends say something, yeah.
I mean, it isn't their fault. They're not. They mean well. They mean well. They just want to boost you up in the moment, I think. And
Yeah, it broke it. Yeah.
Yeah. But a lot of that, and then that might show you not to ever go back to that person and don't make it work because, you know, they're just going to do this and it's going to be... They might mean well. But again, that should be a decision that you make internally. And, you know... Yeah, I think that's... We're very good at not taking responsibility. At least half of it.
Yeah.
We're too busy pushing that responsibility. I've been there. You're too busy putting the responsibility on somebody else fully, but you should really look at your place where you came from that.
Yeah. No, my mom never like tells me that, oh, here you are the innocent or anything with any of my relationships, whatever happened through.
Yeah, I can only say what I've seen in others, and yes, I appreciate that not everyone is the same.
Yeah, no, she will tell me, you wanted that. Whatever you do is what you do, and that's how it is. She doesn't say that I am perfect and innocent and I haven't done anything or...
Yeah, interesting. Gonna leave it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.